actually. And of course, we don't really blame Kenyan government fully, but to some extent, we can actually blame our system when it comes to allowing in visitors. Kenya is such a free country. People can turn in so easily left, right. I think there's no rule. Do we really have a rule about foreigners stepping in Kenya? It doesn't seem so. Of course, I've seen a lot of videos indicating how many foreigners are targeting to come to Kenya. Now, the mess in this is what we saw recently. Of course, even though Our Lady finally came out as the criminal who had been posting herself, but still, there are so many porous holes within the discussions. And guys, actually, our ladies, yeah, we are vulnerable, maybe because of the unhappy marriages, maybe because of being single mothers, because of financial situation or whatever. But we have now to begin being very careful, extra careful. We have to take precautions because our kids need us. Our lives, our families need us also. Because why? The pleasure of 1 minute that will end our life is not proper. If you have to actually go about with anybody, why not use a protective? Because these are things we talk in schools, guys. We keep telling even students to use protectives, because even if we cheat them to be, let's say that they, people normally talk about not doing it. It's impossible. Many of the kids tell us it's impossible. They tell us, oh my God, the chemicals, what about the hormones? You know, the children are so active that they tell us that. You even find anytime you are tasting pregnancy, which is not also legal. I don't know why schools insist on that anyway, but schools still do it. And once they get a child pregnant, they call their parents, they tell them, let the child make sure they hold the pregnancy until delivery. And I think this is just for purposes of ensuring that that kid is known, their status, so that some punishments will they not go through it. And also in case they need to go home and be attended to, they go. Because I remember there's a time a girl in our school actually died during delivery, and if the school was not aware, she could have died in school. So guys, one thing I'm saying here is that I understand that our economy is very poor. Many people who have their hearts broken sometimes want consolation in a guy, a random guy, just because these days people don't hold on to relationships that are sustainable. But then personally, and I don't want to praise myself, but personally, I don't get to just meet a random person today and then tomorrow we are getting to engage. Maybe I should know you more. I don't know. But that is a personal thing. In fact, I can't judge anybody. So, of course, there is a guy who is trending online, the Russian guy. The Russian guy is trending. And, of course, there is a specific guy who is really doing a lot of videos on him on TikTok. And how I wish that you people go and watch, because this guy was doing, approaching ladies, including watch guards at TRM, a random mother going to the market. And of course, when he landed at JKIA, the first thing he did was to make sure that he goes to Roysambu and get a house. And that house he was using particularly for that jiggly. If you know, you know. Okay? So it seems that people have studied Kenya and they understand that it's an easy country to go to. You can easily go to that country as long as you have a passport, and once you get in, they'll not ask you for any tests whatsoever. I think there are countries where before you go, they'll have to see, to test you for so many things, including yellow fever. They'll see whether you have gone through the test on corona, the treatment on corona. They'll want to see whether you have any sexually transmitted diseases. They'll even want to see your history. Like if you have been a pedophile or somebody who is sexually compromised, they don't want to allow you into their nations. Unfortunately, in our nation, it doesn't seem like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs cares about anything like that. Like anybody can come from any country and land here. We saw the situation of that guy who killed 3 family members in Isili. I hope you remember. Now, when they began to follow up this guy, that's when we were told investigations showed that in past, he was in the police of Somali. Then he ended up killing, I don't know, his wife. And then he ran to Kenya. And then finally, he ended up killing these three, the mother and the daughters. Can you imagine? It was so brutal. I remember doing a reaction on this. I was so emotional about it. I was really wishing like the clock should turn back and bring them alive, but it was impossible. That guy also went along to kill another lady who was seen going with him to Jiggly Jiggly. I think she actually went for shopping, and then she ended up in his room. And the guy actually just cut this lady into pieces. Guys, it's so brutal. It's so disturbing. It's mentally unhealthy even for anybody to get to hear this. But anyway, it is happening. Now there is this Russian guy who actually has decided to take videos of anybody he approaches and goes with him to his room. He has been actually doing that with glasses that record. Have you ever known that people don't have to use cameras to record you? I know people who use microphones that are able to record. I know people who use watches. Watches. You think it's a watch, but it's recording you. There are people who use simple pens, like it looks like a pen, but it's a camera. And there are those now who are using I'm not saying that you never date a person with eyeglasses, but guys, be very careful, because the next time it will not be eyeglasses, it might be a shoe or something else. Okay, so this guy from Russia have taken our men. Some women are left in the cold. They are sleeping alone. And then they are now taking our women. And unfortunately, this guy went around picking random women. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. I don't know even if he picked 60, because from the videos I've seen on the TikTok, because I've just been watching TikTok before I came to YouTube and other spaces. Guys, this individual was randomly picking women from either a shopping place like TRM. TRM is a populated place. I've ever shopped there because I studied at Kenyatta University, and I also stayed at Githurai, and there is a time I also stayed in Githurai 44. So that place, most shopping you can do from TRM. So the guy has been going to TRM, randomly picking a lady, whether it's a security guard, with a vehicle. He rides to the house he had rented at Roysambu. Then anafanya jigolo even on Fuliza. Anafuliza. Hey. Anafuliza na anaendelea kukurecord na anapost your video. Very malicious, okay? Epiphany Wiragie, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I hope you have subscribed. Happy Valentine. Today is Valentine's Day. I'm wishing people happy Valentine. I hope your heart is melting somewhere and you are having a nice day. Mark Bitange, welcome. Thank you so much for your presence, and welcome to our channel. A happy day. Happy Valentine to you. I hope you are enjoying your Valentine from somewhere and melting your heart from somewhere. Welcome. All right. So I saw these eyeglasses and I said, oh my God, the guys with glasses, people are going to run away from you. This guy went around with eyeglasses, randomly picking ladies. I don't know how he was targeting his niche, but when I look in the videos that have been shown, he seemed to be targeting a woman either who is vulnerable or kind of, sometimes if you have done psychology, you can read and see that this person is desperate, this person can easily hook, but hey guys, kwani Wakenya sisi tuko rahisi hivyo? I'm telling you. Tuko rahisi hivyo kupatikana, I'm telling you. Like within minutes, somebody just is able to really tune you and you ingia box, boop. I am surprised and shocktalized at the same time. Hey, what are these single men doing? Why are they lacking women when in Kenya, like, but this one is just too much. Hey, this one has tasted our, I don't know whether it is our ease as Kenyan women to do this, but it's unfortunate. Imefanyika, so it's unfortunate that finally one lady had to kaput after seeing a video of herself posted by this guy, because this guy after actually recording a lot of women he had gigolos with, he decides to go ahead and post them. Yeah. So one of them had to kaput because she could not just stand it. But my goodness, HIV is no longer a death sentence. I think after hearing that the guy had been reported by the sister as having HIV/AIDS in Japan, the lady tensed and decided to kaput, or I don't know whether it was the social media pressure, because you will never know which one was really humiliating her. She went tasted, and when she found herself with that, she decided to kaput, and now it is being indicated that the president has ordered the arrest. But then, don't we have precaution, cure before treatment? Cure is better than treatment, right? Yeah, if you cure my illness, it's better than treating my illness. That's what I believe. Okay? Mark Bitange, you are saying one what? 100,000 US dollars. Where? Where is that? Okay. So this guy, the Russian guy, has randomly gone around recording women. Can you imagine? You know, we women love to be pampered. Sometimes if we are single or we are lacking that love in our family, we may find it out there or look for it. But do we look for it so that we can be punished? No. Do we look for it so that someone goes around and posts us? No. Because if I want to post myself, I'll post it myself. Why would someone actually just take it without seeking my consent, then post it? It's unfortunate anyway. But now people know that Kenya also has a porous legal process. And therefore, they know that if they do this, the next time they'll be jumping into the airport and going back. You remember the incident that happened and Bosiro was trying to intervene. Of course, the problem was the lady because she ended up showing that she posted herself. Eh? Wase. So Kenya Marua, what are we turning into? Now let's look at these glasses, guys. Have you ever seen somebody walking around with you with these glasses? Be very careful because these glasses have ability to record everything that you are doing with that person, even without their consent and without your consent. Unfortunately, people don't want to know. People don't care. Whether it's legal or not, they know the Kenyan system somehow is porous. So this guy has been going around and picking videos of women randomly and posting. Now, this is the guy. Let's just bring it from Wafula David's channel, though it's popular out there. This is the guy. Now, he decided that before Valentine, ataharibia wengine ndoa zao. Hey. This guy went posted all those videos. Can you imagine? This is the guy. That is the guy from, I've just taken the video from David Wafula because I didn't want to go research, but that face is all over the place. In fact, even Ikonini podcast did a video on him. And it's time that we Kenyans, whether ni watoto wadogo, wasichana, whether ni singles, whether ni married, we should be very careful. Maybe the man you are staying with is not a very good person currently, or maybe you don't like him anymore, you loathe him, you don't love him, you are looking for love. But don't look for love desperately because it will end up messing you up big time. I've just watched some of the videos actually, and I think some of the women today, they are going to turn single, whether they were married. Or some of those who are in a relationship are going now to be without a relationship because now their men know what has happened. Guys, now let's see this. But unfortunately, if this woman went back to the husband and the video comes later, it's unfortunate the woman has already spread that. So there is this guy who is doing a lot of TikTok videos. I want you to see this guy. He has done a lot of videos online. Arnold Malcolm.
Mama kuna watoto akaenda katika ule demu kwa kanisa. That guy amekuwa arrested Japan. Ndio nimekuwa nikiangalia sources tena tu saa hizi. Nilikuwa nimejua kitambo lakini nilikuwa nataka kumake sure hizo sources ni za ukweli. Sister yake alimseti. The guy akona HIV/AIDS. Na kamwaniaje, unajua hizo nchi kama Russia wapi ukiambukiza mtu unashikwa. Na jamani kitombi akamwacha kuja Afrika mali atapata mademu ni desperate mbaya sana jo. So imagine wewe watu wangapi wameambukizwa ukimwi na msemo mmoja, mademu wangapi wewe? ni wengi. So nao mademu wanaenda kwa mkiza mabwana zao, maboyfriends zao.
It's unfortunate, right? Very unfortunate. This is the biggest scandal. This is the biggest scandal that is happening, and women now, hey, watu wanasema secretly recorded. He has secretly recorded a lot of women, married, single, and some whom are just maybe even widowers, and I don't know. I don't know what to say here, but yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know. So this guy was going along recording these women as he goes to shop with them. So if you check on the TikTok space and you know all these ladies, please help them. Help them because some of them I know.
Na kitanda I think hapa si kitanda hiyo. BNB mzee. Huyu ni BNB moja safi. Yeah. So ka reception hapo kwa kiti alafu ipigwe mamiti. Hapo unajua nileta tema kishaingia kwa keja nika meeting fulani. Unamwambia ile kitu tunataka kukupatia tu na Kijaluo ni makende. Ile jamaa kende na Kijaluo ni nini? Ni pekee. Yeah, wow. So kulikuwa na hiyo
kuna vile anazitoka pia huko, she's very happy to be.
Yes, alafu kulikuwa na huyu mwingine tena, acha tucheki so kulikuwa na huyu I think ana work kwa supermarket or something. I don't know upia gani. Upia ni Kenya, si ndio? Usikiti kila dem ni Kenya, so na make your mistake. Yeah. I think upia ni Kenya.
No, Kenya na Ghana.
Ni Kenya na Ghana.
Noma ya seni ati mse aligewa na mara ya kwanza. Unajua? Hiyo one night stand. Mse hafai kujajiwa nayo. Because unaweza patana na mse nikaa venye wewe unaweza katia dem akae 6 months bila kukuge.
Yes,
na mse upatia regularly. Lakini anakuoneshaga wewe yeye ni mtu apeana
standards.
Lugha si lazima mkipata na mtu muelewane. Na bora mpate hivyo ndio nilikuwa nasema nikiwa haramre. But endelea ninakwambia kitu.
Azizi sana umesema tiko sema wasome get the idea ama do we need to look for maybe one more video?
All right guys, so you can see the way this guy was behaving. He was randomly going for a lady, then he picks you up, puts you in a taxi, drops you in the place he had actually rented in Roysambu, then record everything. So he had to record everything, and now he released these videos on that is yesterday, just before the Valentine. Why this malice? Anyway, we should stop being vulnerable. Anyway, generally in Africa, it used to be a norm that before you actually fall for someone, you must understand him. Unfortunately, tumechukua Western characters. We are no longer going into details to understand who is who. Tunakutana na mtu sahi in 2 minutes kishafanyika. Like even the students currently, when they get pregnant and you try to ask them who did it, some of them don't know. They literally don't know. Hawajui. Unawauliza wanasema hatujui because we met this person in a matatu, and then when we alighted we talked, they bought me chips and the kuku, then after that we did it and he went, he only left a contact, na mkipiga the contact it is off. What is happening to the society? Now unfortunately it's not just happening to little students who are premature, because people have always been saying that when you are young you are immature, you don't understand something to do with the relationship, you are still growing up. Now what is happening, because this is not just a case of young kids or young girls, yeah, it is now happening to mothers as well of my age. Yeah. It is happening to women of my age. It's happening to those who are just below my age, those who are in their 20s, those who are in their 30s. Yeah, it's also happening to those who are above my age, those who are in 50s, late 40s, 60s. What is happening? Has the society decided to be carefree? Or is it because now relationship does not matter? Or does it mean that it's not a matter of love that actually now starts before the sexual engagement? I don't understand. I think these are the topics I should bring on membership only, and then do videos on that as I talk about it, because I feel there is something missing and I don't know how we'll make amendments on this. And now, are our men the same? Are our men doing the same? Because now it seems like like it's happening to everybody. Ni society imeharibika, and even those who are supposed to be now maybe counseling the young generation, they cannot talk, because if you look at the videos that have been shown, yeah, all the Ghana videos, that man has deleted all the Ghana videos, but he has moved to Kenya and he has done videos on Kenyan women now. And the report about him being HIV/AIDS positive has shown up. I'm telling you. So this discussion has actually had to bring everything in the picture. Ikonini, I've seen Gossips 24, Edgar, and any other person is actually coming out to talk about this. So I think that the foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs should be keen. It should actually tighten the aspect of those who are coming to Kenya, because they should have background checks on those who are coming in Kenya, so that if someone has evil intentions or has a record of negative aspects, like this guy, if they would have checked on his past social media, for example, they would have seen he is not a rightful fella. Because from Gossips 24 Studios, it is being shown that this guy has been always there.
For all Ghanaian women.
Look at this.
All African women. Because at this point, if you meet a Ghanaian girl and ask her, how are you? She might reply, Russia. Because what is going on is so serious. I know by now, you've seen videos of Ghanaian women following one particular Russian guy that came here in 2025 to his apartment. And sometimes he even goes to their house to go visit them. You know, some of the videos you can see that it was that particular day, the same day. Maybe they met in the afternoon or in the morning. Then you see a video of her in the evening when she closes from work. Some people, they go to the house, conversations happen, and then they go meet him later. And you know, the whole brouhaha has been on the internet, with most Ghanaian men especially calling Ghanaian women simp. That is the topic now. Now, you know, all this while, some of we Ghanaian ladies had the hope, we had the heart, we were like, maybe, I know my Ghanaian women, maybe they just follow him to his house and then, you know, nothing really serious happens. They just go to check where he stays, which is, you know, understandable. It's not like they do stuff. But, you know, another video is out on the internet to prove all those are homes otherwise. Because a video is out featuring a young Ghanaian lady that was ranting with this guy, this same Russian guy, Traho, saying that, bro, give me my money. You called me, you invited me to come here, and then you went ahead to do unprotected things with me, and you are saying that I should go back just like that. Give me money. You will tell me I'm unprofessional. I need police. Bro, police. Wait. Bro. You will tell me I'm unprofessional. I need police. I paid my child. You didn't pay my child until I get there. And you sleep with me all protectedly, and you're telling me to go? You are mad. Wait. Hey. So at this point, all hope lost. All this saga and the allegations that this guy owns a dark page, a dark site where he takes footages of them doing something together, go post it there, people pay and they go and watch. It's kind of true, because the lady just proved that they don't just go there to visit him for visiting sake. Ghanaians are nice people, Ghanaian women are nice people. So that's what most of us thought. But that's not what is happening. They really go there to go do stuff, according to the video that we just watched. But you know, I had to go back to go check the guy's
All right. Ezra Basil says Kenya can't resist foreigners. They take issues lightly. They just want to increase the amount of tourists regardless of their behaviors. True. You know, like our president says, money comes in. He doesn't actually think about what happens with the money coming in. Like, I've heard a lot of posting indicating that the money coming in from Saudi Arabia and the Gulf generally is a lot. But then, do they sit to think about the losses of lives we are having every year? They don't. And it's not just Kenya. I think it's about Africa. We are so desperate, even in this generation. We don't care about our citizens. What we care about is people are just bringing money in. You know, like what they want to do is to record every day that there is a lot of money coming in. They just want to record statistics about foreigners or tourism has recorded this amount of money this year. So when they talk about those billions, they feel like the economy has grown so much. Now, can you imagine this guy has been busing a lot of Kenyan ladies? Unfortunately, we can't talk so much about whether they are loose or not. I don't think that part will help us a lot. Whether they are loose or not, it has come out like of late, people don't care so much whether they have to engage in a long-term relationship before they bus around. Busing has become an easy thing that people just knock. When they meet in the morning, in the evening, they can bus. They meet at midday, in the evening, they are busing. They even meet in the night, 10 minutes later, they are busing. Of course, that aspect of being loose, I don't know. When I argue like a feminist, it's not an aspect of being loose or not, because people are desperate, yeah, out there. They understand maybe that when they meet this foreigner, they'll get something. Unfortunately, this guy was busing them on Fuliza without paying anything. They could just get the bus and that is all. And maybe if they ate some chicken, that is all, nothing more. And you can imagine he was taking 20 years women, 30 years women, 40 years, and so forth. So he has recorded so many with those eyeglasses I showed you. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. So what we can only do is to urge the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs should actually be in charge, of what the foreigners should be when they come to Kenya, for example. What should they have? Like, do they have a record background check? Do they also even check on what this person is wearing? If somebody is wearing such glasses to record people without their consent, then it's also wrong. They should do something about it. Then this person had a history from Ghana. You can see Ghana is on fire already. They knew about him. Catherine Kabonge, you are saying you are both miserable and desperate. Who? Me? Catherine is telling me I am miserable and desperate. You are both. Who? Women. Or I can see that name looks like a woman name. So when you say you are both miserable and desperate, what do you mean? Like us, who? Because I am not looking like I'm miserable and desperate for anything. Ezra Basil says the ministry will forget about this next week. Of course they do forget as fast as this comes in, because I remember that guy who killed the three ladies in Italy and then went ahead to kill another who had gone with her to Bisbas. It was forgotten as soon as possible. We have never heard about that guy again. I don't know even whether he was arrested, he was deported, I don't know. Now, also, there was this guy who killed the sister to Nganga. Is it Sister Tunganga? I have nothing to remember or anything to follow or find out about what happened to him. I can also remember there was this case of the guy who cut a lady into pieces. He was coming from, I think, West Africa, and he came to Kenya, did that in a B&B. It was talked about, it was forgotten long ago. Now, recently we were dealing with these matters of women who are being taken to the Gulf. And they talked about the dangers. And of course, even this week, about 3 women have been returned to Kenya, and some are supposed to be returned after being killed in Saudi Arabia. And of course, the ministry doesn't really mind. Of course, we understand why, because they have agent groups which are taking these people. Most of those agencies are not even licensed, but they have so much connection that they can even make it to create a passport for somebody in 1 day or 2. They can also create a visa within a short time and you travel. But then the results are upon you, okay? So Catherine Kabonge, they may be desperate and miserable, but then that does not make them deserve what they are encountering, okay? The fact that somebody is desperate and miserable doesn't really qualify them to undergo any inhumane situations. And if you are a lady, please don't actually argue on that basis, because I don't think anyone deserves that. And maybe you may avoid such experience on the streets, but then it comes to somebody in the home, okay? Azra Basil says the good thing about that, it has taught them a lesson the hard way. Yeah, but it's not a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. The bad thing about that is that it has taught them a lesson in a hard way. That's what I can say, because unfortunately, people who face this may not actually be such people who deserve a lesson. Not all of them deserve a lesson. How many times have we seen people randomly having these relationships and they end up bringing them a future husband or a future wife? We've seen that happening. But it's unfortunate that in some situations now, a bad thing has to happen and a bad lesson has to come out of it, because now these girls or women who have acquired HIV/AIDS, unfortunately they are going to give it to somebody else who is very innocent. Either their husband or the future spouses or another lover somewhere. And the series continues, the network continues. And if someone does not have the heart to survive, the ability to survive through it, they'll easily kaput. They'll easily actually pass on earlier than expected. And then we will get experiences where we are getting orphans and misery all over the place. So generally, why I'm talking about this, I'm not celebrating what has happened. I'm just hoping that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be tighter on the kind of demands on foreigners coming to the nation, whether they are tourists bringing money or whoever it is, because when we are going out to other nations, there are demands made on us and background checks are also done. What about Kenya? They don't care about that, you know? They don't care about that, and they should. Because now, if you check on you check on videos from Ghana, people are talking about the same Russian man. Okay? They are talking about the same Russian man. Yeah? Just see this. Just see this.
I posted a video which was showing that after the church, they went straight to his apartment. I felt like maybe the guy didn't know any black person. Maybe he's here to do his stuff. But if you watch the video very well, you can see that he was making a video call with one black guy, and he was telling the guy that I need police. And this guy was saying, wait. It's as if a Ghanaian man was trying to talk to this man to calm down with the girl.
I need police. Bro, police. Wait.
It's a money movie. You are part of the team. There was one other guy that was even saying that, I am the one that gave you the lady. I'm the one that directed the other lady to come to you yesterday.
Yeah, are you seeing? So if you connect the story from Kenya to the story of Ghana, you actually realize that this guy has network. Maybe he has been paying some guys to actually direct him to places where he can easily get women. That's what I think. After checking on Kenyan videos alone, I thought it was a random thing. But after checking on Ghanaian videos, what I realized is that this guy has a network. And he's using money on the guys who network him, but not on the women he meets. He just meets these women, or he's connected to them, or someone shows them where to get them. But once he gets them, it is deal done. He will not pay those girls or women, but he has paid somebody else somewhere. And now he understands that Africa has a porous system. Why did he go from Ghana to Kenya, for example? Tell me. And before that, he was in Japan. So the guy is on a mission to kill women. Of course, even though recently they said there is a drug for HIV/AIDS, not everybody will afford it.